Dear students, last time we discussed about the factors affecting the value of CMC in aqueous media. In that lecture, we discussed about the structure of the surfactant. Today, the other factors which affect the critical micelle concentration in aqueous medium are: first is the electrolyte. So, for example, you have aqueous solution of the surfactant where micelles are formed, and now you are adding a new electrolyte to this aqueous solution of the surfactant. What will be the effect on the critical micelle concentration? It has been observed that when we add the electrolyte having the same counter ion as that of the micelles, there is basically a decrease in the CMC for anionic or cationic surfactants. Okay, but for zwitterionic surfactants, this effect is very less as compared to the this anionic surfactant. Okay, if we now compare zwitterionic with the non-ionics, we know non-ionic surfactant there will be no counter ions there. So by adding the electrolyte, there will not be that much of effect on the critical micelle concentration of on non-ionics. So if we compare the zwitterionics with the non-ionics, the effect will be much more on the zwitterionics than for the non-ionics. So also for the anionic cationic surfactants, the effect of concentration of this electrolyte on CMC is given by this relation, which was basically given by the Corin, that is log CMC is equal to minus A log Ci plus B. Here this A and B, they are constants, but for a particular ionic head group and at a particular temperature. This Ci is basically the counter ion concentration, or you can say the total concentration of counter ions, but in equivalents per liter. Okay. So the decrease or depression in CMC in these cases, that means ionic and non-ionic, is mainly due to the decrease in the thickness of the ionic atmosphere surrounding the ionic head groups. For example, I have shown you here a simple figure, 2D diagram of this micelles. Here it is head is negatively charged, and this is tail, and this is just a micelle, and these are just counter ions. Now when we add an electrolyte to this solution already formed micelles, so basically what happens, there is decrease in basically the thickness of this ionic atmosphere, the ionic atmosphere which is being formed, or you can say the Helmholtz layer. Actually the positive ions and the negative ions are Stern layer. If you consider only these two, negative and positive ions, this will be the Stern layer. But if you consider the second layer, that will be the Helmholtz layer, because that will be simply the parallel plate type of opposite charges being formed. You have to remember this. So this ionic head group decreases in the presence of additional electrolyte. And what actually does this electrolyte? Suppose if it has a counter ion, these are negatively charged, so there will be a repulsion. If now when we add an electrolyte having the same counter ions, this repulsion will be simply decreased between. That is why now we require less amount of time to form the micelles and less amount of these monomers or surfactant monomers for the micelle formation. Okay. So here it is an example given for sodium laurate, sodium rhodycyl sulfate, and sodium naphthenate. Uh, the order of decreasing effectiveness of the anion in depressing the CMC. Suppose which ions basically decrease the CMC, that critical micelle concentration more, is given by this order. It has been observed for these two examples. So PO4 3 negative will have much effect on the CMC as compared to B4O7 2 negative. Similarly, OH negative, then this carbonate and bicarbonate ion, then sulfate, and then NO3 nitrite ion and chloride ion. Okay, so this is very important series you have to remember. So for non-ionics, we have given the equation for CMC for ionic and non-ionic. For non-ionics and zwitterionics, the that relation between this CMC and the concentration is given by now this new equation, that is log CMC is equal to minus K, it is capital K, CS plus constant. Here CS is less than 1. What is CS? It is basically the concentration of electrolyte, but that is moles per liter. You have to remember this. In the first example, what we have seen for anionic and cationic surfactants, the CI represented concentration of electrolytes, but equivalent in equivalents per liter. But here it is moles per liter, and that too of concentration of electrolyte. K is here nothing but simply a constant, and it is constant for a particular surfactant which we choose and electrolyte, and it is also constant at a particular temperature. For example, if we are doing the experiment at suppose 25, it will be at temperature will be 25, and if we are doing at 35, temperature will be 35, and the constant may change at different temperatures, but at a particular temperature, at a fixed temperature, it is constant. Okay, so the change in critical micelle concentration of non-ionics and zwitterionics on the addition of electrolyte has been mainly attributed to these two, salting out and salting in. What we have seen in the ionic surfactants, that is cationic and anionic, there this decrease in the CMC was attributed to the decrease in the repulsion between the head groups. But in case of this non-ionics and zwitterionics, here the decrease in CMC is attributed to salting out or salting in. What are these two terms? We will discuss these also. So salting out and salting in of the hydrophobic groups, that is the hydrocarbon chain in the aqueous solvent by the electrolyte, rather than to the later on the hydrophilic groups of the surfactant. So this is mainly due to hydrophobic groups. So what is salting out here? Basically salting in, these two terms, salting in or salting out by an ion, depends upon whether the ion is a water structure breaker. Water structure breaker or water structure maker. There are also, these are two terms very important: water structure breaker or maker. Now first we will consider an ion, then we will understand these terms here. So ions with a large ionic charge upon radius ratio, this ionic charge upon radius ratio, for example fluoride ion, they are highly hydrated. We know if ion is very small, it has high charge density and it will be highly hydrated. And those ions are basically considered as water structure makers. Oh, what is water structure maker now? That means now water molecules are suppose randomly oriented. They are randomly moving here and there in the solvent molecules. Suppose you have considered now a small ion, suppose this fluoride negative ion, it is very small and it gets hydrated. That means now the water molecules around it, they get structurally arranged. These dipoles oriented around this. That means it is basically hydrated. Though, so this type of structure, that we can say it is a structure maker, not breaker, or because this molecule cannot go here and there, but it is actually now bound by some kind of electrostatic force between this fluoride ion and this dipole. Okay. So what we have seen that if the ion has a high charge density, or you can say the ionic charge upon radius ratio is very high, those are very highly hydrated, and those are considered as water structure makers, and they salt out the hydrophobic groups of the monomeric form of the surfactant. Now you will uh, understand this term salting out here. Suppose now first the monomers, those were dissolved in the water. Water was around these hydrophobic groups, or these type of these hydrophilic heads also. Mm, Now what will happen when we add an electrolyte, which is a structure maker, that will actually take these water molecules very fast, and these tails, they will just join together to form the micelles very easily. That means now the spherical structures will be formed. That means this salting out effect will take place. That means when we have structure makers, or the ions with ionic charge upon radius ratio very much greater, those are salting, those play a phenomenon in these type of structures, that is simply called as salt out of the hydrophobic groups of the monomeric form. Okay. And this basically decreases the CMC. That means it will take now less time to form the micelles. Now suppose this monomer of surfactant, it was basically between these water dipoles and all that. Now if the water is now taken by this fluoride ion, the hydrophobic tails will have now more freedom to join together, and they will form these spherical type of structures and decrease the CMC. That means now the micelles will be formed at a very less concentration of the surfactant, or minimum concentration of the surfactant. Suppose first it was formed at suppose 9 millimoles. Now when we add an electrolyte to the solution, now the CMC will be formed as suppose 7 millimoles. That means CMC has now decreased from 9 millimole to 7 millimole. Okay. We have one more term, that is salting in. So ions with a small ionic charge, that is charge ratio upon, which have actually less charge density, charge ratio upon radius, that means more negative, CNS negative, CCN negative ion. Those are basically also called as water structure breakers. They salt in, that means the hydrophobic groups of the monomeric form of the surfactant, and they basically increase the CMC. That means it will take now more time to form the CMC, that in critical micelle concentration. That means the micelles will be formed at higher concentration or after a very long time. So we have here the order of ions, the order of effectiveness in decreasing CMC. So the ions which will decrease the CMC, this has the more effect as sulfate ion fluoride, than this BrO3 negative, Cl negative, Br negative, NO3 negative, I negative, and this has the least CNS negative. That is why we have put this in the structure breaker. So for cations, the order will be ammonium positive greater than potassium, sodium, and similarly this one, lithium and half calcium dipositive. Now we have one more uh, uh, additive here that affects the basically the CMC or critical micelle concentration of these surfactants. Those are called organic additives. That means organic compounds which are basically added in place of electrolyte. Now suppose you have a surfactant solution here, micelles are formed there. Now you are adding some external organic agent or organic additive, you can say. But there are basically two classes of this organic additives. Class first materials, they are those materials which are basically polar organic compounds. Polar organic compounds, for example, alcohols, amides. What is the effect of these alcohols and amides? They reduce or decrease the CMC. Okay. Another class of these compounds. So for the reason for this is just, you can say, if we have long chain these additives, organic additives, long chain, they will not embed into this inside of the core, but they will be adsorbed in the outer portion of the core. Here you can see, suppose this is whole core. Yeah. So these long chain organic additives basically they are adsorbed in the outer portion of the core between the surfactants. Okay. But smaller ones, if they are smaller, they will be just in the outer portion here. But smaller ones, they can go into the outer portion of the micelle, but close to the micelle water interface. This interface, they can go into the close to this micelle water interface. Okay, that means you can simply remember here that long chain they have less tendency to go inside of inside of these head groups in the micelle, but the small ones they have greater tendency to go inside of these uh, hydrophilic head groups. Okay. What is the purpose of these? They basically decrease the mutual repulsion. Suppose if they were negatively charged, their mutual repulsion between these negatively charged head groups will be decreased, and thus they decrease the CMC. Okay. It has been observed the decrease in CMC if we have straight chain and branched ones of these organic additives. Straight chain organic additives, they cause more decrease in the CMC as compared to the branched ones. Okay. Now coming to the class second materials. This class basically they change the CMC by modifying interaction of water with surfactant molecules or with micelle. For example, they can modify the structure of water, or they can modify the dielectric constant of the solvent or water, or it is solubility parameter. uh, okay, these 3 points they can affect. So the class second organic additives they include, suppose, urea, formamide, and methyl estamide, gonidinium salts, short chain alcohols, water soluble esters, dioxane, ethylene glycol, and other polyhydric alcohols, higher alcohols such as fructose and xylose. Now, it has been experimentally observed that urea and formamide and sometimes gonadinium salts, they are believed to increase the CMC. That means they basically act as structure breakers in the aqueous solution of the surfactant. Okay. Now, now the next effect on CMC is the presence of second liquid layer. So the CMC of surfactant in the aqueous phase is changed very little by the presence of second liquid phase in which the surfactant does not dissolve. Suppose you have two now phases now. One was aqueous phase. Now you are adding the another phase, liquid phase. If there is a little tendency of these micelles, suppose spherical structures, to dissolve in this phase, so there will be little effect on the CMC, critical micelle concentration of the micelles. But if somehow they are sometimes soluble in that, they can increase the CMC. Okay. The last is temperature, which affects this CMC. Sometimes it has been observed that when we go into the negative of the temperature, that means we decrease the temperature to minus values. It has been observed the CMC sometimes goes through a minimum. It is not always that CMC increases by increasing the temperature, but when we go below a certain point, there is actually CMC basically decreases to a minimum and also then increases, and you can have a bell-shaped curve. It's not right here, it is actually bell-shaped curve, but inverted bell type of curve. Okay, so this area is basically, this is positive temperature, and then we go to the negative of the temperature when we decrease so temperature and measure the CMC of the surfactants. Okay, so the effect of temperature on CMC of surfactants in aqueous medium is basically complex, the value appearing first to decrease like this, and then to some minimum, then goes to minimum value, and then to increase further. But usually what has been observed in experimental conditions, we do not go to this uh, temperature, that means the minimum temperature. We actually always go from suppose 25, 35 and 45 degrees. So usual trend is that when we increase the temperature further, the CMC basically increases from 25 to suppose 40 degree or 60 degree. But if we go to the negative of the temperature, we can reach to a minimum, and then CMC also increases there also. Okay, this was the remaining part of factors affecting the CMC. Okay, thank you.